Morning. Happy Wednesday, you guys. I can't believe it. We're coming to a close on our first month of the year, and that just in itself is mind-blowing. So
Mm,
I just want to, if you made it on this webinar today, congrats because we
yes.
we are so happy to have you guys. This is a Next Million Mastermind webinar hosted by one of the founders, John McMurray. He's in the virtual building, you guys, and he has an awesome topic for everybody. I just briefly discussed it yesterday, but just the whole essence around, authenticity. I think this is a really, really, really important topic for everybody in business, everyone who has their own business. So,
Yeah.
today we're going to talk about the strongest strategy to accomplish your goals and live authentically. My name's Alexa. I'm the COO at BPM RIA, and I help you support the Next Mill Mastermind team. And I'm just super happy to let you guys know what's going on here. And I have a little raffle, little, nothing too crazy, just $2,000 off the mastermind, nothing crazy. I'm just kidding, you guys. We have an awesome webinar raffle for everybody that made it in today. I will announce the winner at the end, but you will have an opportunity to get in the mastermind for $2,000 off. So go enter the raffle, text the word million to 954-250-6777. I will announce the winner at the end. Good luck. Details are in the chat for you guys. And we're going to keep on rolling here because we have a lot to discuss. But my favorite way to keep up with the Next Mill Mastermind events, it's super easy. All you need to do is text NMM to 954-250-6777 if you want those text updates. And I actually wanted to show you guys what we have coming up really quick before we keep on rolling here. But we have some amazing events on the calendar for you guys. All you need to do is go to nextmillmastermind.com. Go ahead and click that upcoming events tab. And we have some events here on the website for you guys. I just wanted to show you guys that today because it's really easy to be. I think that we're all visual learners. I'm just gonna put that out there, okay? There's a reason why we're on the live webinar. We watch the recordings and whatnot because we like to see it with our own eyes. So go ahead and go to the upcoming events tab. We have another webinar on Monday. That's different. So wanted to get you guys' attention about that. But we love it. We love to start the week off strong. So go register for our webinar that's coming up this Monday at 11 a.m. with Francisco Mago, the owner of ReaFax, owner and creator of ReaFax. He's going to discuss how to unlock the secrets of rental arbitrage, build your vacation
Mm.
rental business. Super cool. We have an in-person workshop, you guys. So excited. All of my Miami-Dade, like South Broward, like that area over there, you guys. Please, we're going to be in Pembroke Pines at the Total Wine in-person workshop. This in-person workshop is absolutely incredible. Every time we host this one, we have such great feedback that we're like, okay, we're bringing it back again. So we really hope to have you guys. And please, guys, show up Wednesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Total Wine in Pembroke Pines. The full address is there. All you need to do is RSVP. This is a free workshop. So please RSVP. We want to make sure there's enough wine for you. So I'm just kidding. Okay, keep on rolling. You guys, and we're gonna have another in-person workshop. We're gonna go to back to the Total Wine on February different topics. So we want to see you guys at both in-person workshops because they're going to be completely different. This one's going to be about AI tools in your real estate business, and that is, guys, we all know if you're not on the AI, you need to get on it. And if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
on it, you need to show up to this workshop. And if you are on it, maybe you need to get on it better. So again, go to the workshop. That will be on Wednesday, February 19th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And of course, you guys, we're always gonna fit in some networking. We're always gonna, get to know each other during the in-person workshops. That is literally why we do it. We want to do a little bit of networking when we go meet in person. Like that is the whole point. So that was just quickly what I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty sure Oh, yes. One more thing. Of course, you're going to go to the website and apply to nextmillmastermind.com. Press that apply button so you can start discussing with the guys if you're interested in the mastermind, if this mastermind is going to get you to your first or next million. We really want to get to know you. And, not everyone gets in this mastermind. So please apply so we can get to know you guys and help you get to your first or next million. Let's go, guys. All right, without further ado, just a few housekeeping rules. We have an awesome webinar today. Obviously, Sean's going to get into some insane strategies that are going to help you live more authentically in alignment with your goals, vision, morals, values, all that amazing stuff. That is like my cup of tea, but we don't want to miss your questions. So you guys, please put your questions in the Q&A box. If you look in your Zoom menu, you'll see a box that says Q&A, little question mark on there. So please put your questions in there. Sean can see the chat. He can see who's in here. So don't hesitate to, chat with us in the chat section. And I will be putting some helpful links in that chat section for you guys throughout the webinar today. So let's go. I am so excited, Sean. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. We know you have a lot going on, but we want to know, what's going on with you and tell us, what we need to know. I'm so excited.
Well, thank you, Alexa. You are always amazing. I appreciate the very exciting introduction. And yeah, the things, what we're going to go over today is something that I actually hold very near and dear to my heart. It's something that I'm extremely, extremely passionate about. And actually, before we get into the presentation, I'd like to say hello, Emmeline. I see you on there. Monty, I see you commenting. Alexa, she's actually lives in the Panhandle. Where do you live, Alexa?
I have my townhouse in Panama City Beach. So
There
I'm
you
like I'm like back and forth all the time, but I'm in South Florida right now and it's just
go. It is. Um, and so also, we're trying something a little different today, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying something a little different today. We have the Promethean, which is an interactive board behind me, and I just want to make sure that you guys can see everything. Can you guys see anything? Can you hear me well? And the comments are a little bit further away from me. So Alexa, if you don't mind kind of just helping me out if something is asked, and just say, hey, there's a comment here, so that I can see that. But
I got
just
you.
let me get some thumbs up in the chat, right? If you can hear me, you can see me, everything is clear.
Yes. Thumbs up. Let's go.
Awesome. I see those thumbs up. I see everybody responding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today we're going to talk about how to get exactly what you want from life. This is a challenge for a lot of people. Now, before we get into it, let's get through. So Alexa already went over the text, please, $2,000 off the mastermind. That is an amazing opportunity for you to take advantage of. As you've heard me, if you were at our Saturday event, we like to reward people who take action. And so this is just one of the ways that we can do that. Make sure you check that out. All right. So have you ever wondered how some people, they just have this like astonishing clarity in life and in their business, right? Let me ask you this question. If you're the type of person, when an opportunity arises, you're just to the point where you just say yes to everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just as important as there is to saying yes to everything, it's understanding when to say no. So if you ever wondered how some people have that clarity where they can just say yes to the things that they know, just yes to the things and no, yes to the things that will benefit them and no to the things that won't. Have you ever wondered that? Yeah, and have you ever wondered how some people have this tremendous, they seem so satisfied in life, right? They've accomplished their goals. They seem extremely satisfied with what they've accomplished. They have this strong resolve in life where, regardless of what happens to them, whatever hiccups arise, they always seem to just fight their way through it, get through it. And have you ever wondered how having the clarity, having the purpose, and having the resolve can lead to your ultimate business success? I'm about to teach you that. I'm going to teach you how to gain that clarity. I'm going to teach you how to find that purpose in life. And some of you who've had hypno sessions with me, this is something that's actually near and dear to you all. It's universal across all of my sessions, across Nexmo Mastermind members, across um, even my 90 Days to Victory personal coaching program. This is a universal thing that I see with people. And so I'm going to show you how to gain that clarity, how to get that, find that purpose, how to develop that resolve that will then eventually lead to business success. All right, so here's what you're about to find, you're about to discover how to find clarity, how authenticity leads to success, and you're going to also discover the mindset to accomplish any goal that you set your mind to. Now, in a caveat to that, when I say any goal, I really mean your authentic goal, right? Because any goal, if you're not authentic, you're not going to be able to accomplish any goal, right? So this is the authentic goal that you want to accomplish. And I'll explain a little bit what I mean by that later. So the VIP strategy, this is the origin story. And this, for those of you who don't know, this is what we call a network diagram. So I was an engineer for, goodness, 18 years. When I was in the Air Force, I was telecommunications and cryptology. And then when I got out of the military, I was a network engineer. From network engineering, I went from network security, from network security to sales engineering, where I ended my career. And if you know any engineer, we love our diagrams. We love our whiteboards, which is why I have this 77-inch Android tablet, essentially, because I love whiteboarding. And so this is my big electronic whiteboard, if you will. But the importance of this diagram holds the roots to how I developed this strategy. So I was a very young Potawatomi, a young engineer, and I just got out of the military. I was contracted out to the FBI for 6 months, traveling the country wherever they needed me to go. And I finally got a permanent gig here in South Florida. It was at a data center company here in South Florida. And so still green behind the ears. I'm beating my head against the wall with this outage. I can't figure out what's going on with this outage. And my coworker at the time, his name is Kenny. And by the way, like, there's how many of you can just mention the name of somebody and it just, like, there's certain people in your life that change the trajectory of your life. They introduced an idea, they introduced a thought, they introduced a new way of thinking. Well, Kenny is one of those types of people, is that type of person. This simple thing that he had me do literally changed my life. So Kenny looks at me, I'm frustrated, and he says, "Sean, please sit down." And I'm like, confused. Okay, I go to sit down, and he pulls out a piece of paper, and again, I'm like, what's going on here? What's he doing? Now, this is before electronic whiteboards. We're still using pen and paper for this. And he starts to draw this shape. He draws a rectangle, he draws a circle, and he draws a number of these shapes on this paper, and then he draws lines between each of those shapes. And what he was doing was he was creating what I later learned was, well, a network diagram. And what that did for me was, that was really the first time where it made practical sense in my mind to envision what the end result will be before I take an action. And so that's what we did. Once I had everything on paper, I was able to visualize the challenges And then I was able to then backwards plan how I was going to proceed with troubleshooting this outage, right? Stepping into every segment of the network. And so those are the concepts that you are going to learn today for your life. That was the beginning of what I call the VIP strategy. So I see a few comments here.
Oh, yes, Sean. Well, he was wondering if you could zoom in a little bit, or maybe we could shift closer. I'm not sure if that's possible.
Yeah, it's going to be a little challenging for that. What I could do is I could share my screen, if that's better. But the diagram, it's not really important
It's a visual.
as
Okay.
far as seeing the details of that. Um, it's just a network diagram, right? But if it's still a challenge, please let me know, and I'll go ahead and just share the screen. Like I said, we're testing something out here, right? So you guys know me, Sean. I'm Sean McMurray, um, owner of digital asset marketing, McMurray Vending, and the coaching program 90 Days to Victory. 14 years marketing experience, 18 years as a network engineer. I've amassed over 300,000 subs, millions of views and engagement, and one of our clients is projecting 100K in revenue selling a $5 downloadable PDF. I'm a certified business hypnotist. I'm a crypto investor for over 10 years, and I'm a passive income expert. Like, my philosophy in life is, how do I make as much money while doing the least amount of work? And if you don't know who that is, that's Grant Cardone. We were on a show together, Money Chat, NBC's Money Chat. We were on a show together. He was on a different segment, but got to speak to him, got to spend about 30, 40 minutes with him in the green room or the dressing room, whatever you call it. This is myself, one of NBC Money Chat's crypto advocates, crypto experts. And this is me with Nori from a very popular podcast called Drink Champs. Millions and millions, possibly billions of views on YouTube. It was a really big deal, really exciting to be a part of that experience. But this is the thing that really matters to me. That's my granddaughter, believe it or not. And yeah, she has me literally has me wrapped around her little finger. Um, I adore the world out of this little girl. This is my family. It's an old Christmas picture. My 4 boys and our 2 pups, my beautiful wife, Catherine. This is the thing that drives me the most, well, other than my family, is giving back to the community. I just really love talking to kids and helping them understand that they can do things differently, right? It's okay to have a job, nothing wrong with that. And you could own the business. You also can be the executive, right? And so it's just really helping them understand that there are other ways to think. I mean, I was that child that thought that $20 an hour, that was it. When I made $20 an hour, I'm good. Life is great. I get a job. I work for 20 years and retire, and we call it quits. I was like that when I was younger until until I learned of other ways of making money. And I never became a 20 and done type of guy after that. And then this is my good buddy, KJ, practically a brother to me. The other thing I really enjoy is what I say to people is, if I have an opportunity, then you have an opportunity. And this was an opportunity that I was able to extend to my good pal. It was nice. We went to Mastermind to Millions in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a really amazing event, just basically learning how to better serve you all, actually, how better serve masterminds and the folks that are in our mastermind. So yeah, it was a great event. Now, I'm not the only member of the Fab Five. There's actually 5 members, and this is not them. This is actually the Fab Five. So I'm one of the Fab Five Again, I bring the 14 years of marketing, business development, and mindset. You have our man here, Francisco, who is a super genius, especially when it comes to reading data and information. We have our man, Viju and Jim, who are owners of Dade RIA. There's no real estate challenge they can't overcome. And then Anish, who's owner of BPM RIA. And again, super, super talented at real estate and business, and really just getting things done, being a solution-oriented people. We have a great team here. Normally with masterminds, you get one person. With our mastermind, you get 5 experts, superstars. Over $1 billion in real estate transactions, owner of DRIA, RIAFax, owner of BPM RIA, approved by the National RIA, combined 100 years of real estate investing experience. We have massive network in real estate industry, combined 50 years of technical experience, professional athletic community, and Miami Dolphins business combine. We are NBC's Money Chat go-to RIA expert, crypto expert, and my favorite thing, millions in profit sharing with students. We give back to our community. Like, we're all about, let's all eat, right? And so that part, that bullet, probably out of all the bullets, is probably my most, is my favorite. Now, here are the problems that you're facing, right? How many of you can relate with this? And just raise your virtual hand, if you will. Comment, actually put a thumbs up in the chat so I know that you're there. How many of you are struggling with achieving your goals? There's a goal that you want to accomplish, but you just can't seem to get there. I see some of those thumbs coming in there. Thank you for being honest. How many of you lack clarity in your life and even in your business? Yeah, yeah. Procrastination. How many of you can be described as procrastinators or someone who procrastinates? All right. How many of you have a lack, you have this feeling where you lack purpose in what you're doing? And how many of you maybe have accomplished goals, goals that you thought were important to you, but once you accomplish them, you realize that you spent years of your life chasing the wrong goals? How many of you can relate with that? Yeah, that one is actually I see that a lot. I see that a lot. Thank you for being honest, everybody. So the top 3 essential requirements for business success as it relates to these strategies, it's what I call the VIP strategy: vision, identity, and positivity. And I'll dig into what each of those, what is entailed in each of those. You are what you say you are. I believe this so much so that I tattooed it on my hand, right? I was sitting at my computer desk and I just started to doubt myself. And I was like, you know what? I need to stop that. And so I'll share a story with you um, that kind of, it dives into the mindset of people and how we can, how our thoughts can get the best of us, right? I'll put it that way. So we were sitting in the break in the meeting room, all waiting. You could kind of feel the tension in the air, right? It was going to be an uncomfortable conversation. How many of you have ever had a really uncomfortable conversation where maybe you're sweating, maybe there's a little anxiety, you know? And so that's kind of what we're feeling. And as he walked in, we shook his hand, you know, hey, how are you doing? And he sat down across from me, and I did my best to kind of keep the tone and the vibe calm and relaxed. You know, it's definitely going to be a tough conversation, but I'm going to do my part to. I was trying to do my part to keep it very relaxed and peaceful, and so we begin talking, and he's looking at us intently, just very intently, and I say, look, it's really not working out. He begins to rebuttal, explaining, excuse after excuse. And I say, I'm sorry, it's just not working out. And I think we need to go our separate ways. At that point, he stands up. Again, I was a little thrown back by that. And he says, I'm going to kill myself. And at that point, I was like, whoa, that's weird. As he proceeds to walk to the break room. So as he turns around, I immediately get up and I follow him to the break room. And I'm sitting in the door as I see him reach for drawer, the drawer that had knives in it. And as soon as he puts his hand on the handle of the drawer to open it, I realize it's the drawer with knives. I run over to him right as he places his hand on a knife. I immediately grab behind him. His back is towards me. I grab his wrist from behind. I don't know if he's going to come after me, come after somebody else in the business, or even harm himself. I don't know what's going on. My goal is just to somehow neutralize that knife. And so we're wrestling over this knife until eventually we fall to the ground and he's slicing at his wrist. And thank God the knife was dull. Thank God. I'm sticking my hand in between the knife and his wrist, and I have a few scars actually on my knuckles from this, as I'm trying to prevent him from doing damage to himself while also trying to protect myself. I don't know if he's going to take the knife to me. Eventually, other folks come in, we neutralize the knife, and he was Baker acted. And the point of this story is this one little hiccup, this one, what could have just been a small hiccup in his life, something that he learned from, he convinced himself that it was the end of the world, that just everything was falling apart, and that it was worth taking his life. And so how you talk to yourself, I don't think people truly realize the power of the words that you say in your mind. It literally breaks my heart when I see people that I know have tremendous potential give up before they've even started. It just absolutely crushes me, because I know that if just with a little effort, with a little confidence, with a little courage, that you literally can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. And so positivity, the P in VIP, it's all about saying the right things to yourself. It's all about encouraging yourself. And mind you, again, this is something that I see across the board in Next Mill Mastermind, with members of Next Mill Mastermind, with people in my personal coaching program, 90 Days to Victory, with people that I've grown up with. It's the mindset. It is absolutely the mindset. And if you guys can relate with that, let me get a hands up in the chat. Your mindset is everything. And so I say this: you are what you say you are. Now, here's the challenge with what people do when where people kind of get this wrong. This is what I teach my students in 90 Days to Victory: how to write affirmations, for example, right? Affirmations are extremely, extremely powerful when used correctly. So here's the challenge when people try to, when they use affirmations. They'll say things like, I'm a multi-millionaire. And then they'll just repeat that over. They'll put the sticky notes on the walls, on the cars. They'll put it everywhere. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. So in order to, the affirmation, you have to be in a state of being, right? So that's what you're essentially doing. You're putting yourself in a state of being a millionaire. But here's the challenge: many of you don't know what a millionaire is. Many of you don't realize what a millionaire actually does. Many of you don't realize the grit that a millionaire has. And so as you're creating these affirmations and you're saying these positive words in your head and you're placing yourself in a state of being, it's important to understand what that means, what those people actually are. For example, when I write an affirmation, every single morning I do affirmations, I'll say, I am a multi-millionaire. As a multi-millionaire, I understand the importance of saying no. I am laser focused on exactly what I need to accomplish. I understand that networks and people are my most valuable asset. And so I go through this exercise of actually also describing what a multimillionaire is. Another example, I am optimistic. I am positive. Well, what does that mean? As somebody who is optimistic, I look at the bright side of things. I understand the importance of always being solution oriented versus focusing on challenges. And so I just do this exercise. So, because again, you are what you say you are. But if you're saying something and you don't know what that is, well, it's a recipe. You're going to fail at your affirmation. So, how do you talk to yourself? How many of you in the chat, let me see in the chat, how many of you guys have, let me put it this way. When you say something, when you speak to yourself negatively, you put it in the past tense. When you think of yourself positively, you're in the present, in the now. So how many of you used to think negatively and tell yourself, convince yourself that you're just not able to do things? Maybe somebody said something to you that kind of diminished your will to proceed, right? How many of you can relate with that? The old you. Yeah, and I see the hands going up. Me, yeah. Oh, yeah. So starting today, you change that. You have to be your number one fan. I'm telling you, you have to be your number one fan. This is the one thing that is absolutely going to stop you from accomplishing anything in life. Anything. This is the one thing that if you don't get this right, nothing else matters. So you absolutely have to get this right, and you are. That's why all of you guys are here. The second thing that holds people back is they don't know what they want. They lack direction. They don't know what they want. And there's two examples of this. Actually, there's three. So you're either one of the. Let me know if you're one of these people, right? So I personally used to be a fly by the seat of my pants type of guy. Remember the diagram? There's an outage, I would just jump right into it, then figure things out along the way. So there's people that have no direction. They have no goal. So they're just going through life like this, walking through life saying, yeah, I'll figure it out when I get there. Eventually, I'll figure things out. And so that is it's absolutely a recipe for disaster. If you don't know where you're going, how will you get to the destination? And I'm telling you, this is exactly what I see when people come to me and ask me to help them with their business, to help them build their business. They don't know what goals they even have in their business. They don't know what their goals are in life. And so they just start doing stuff, wasting tons of time and energy, just aimlessly flowing through life and through their business. Now, I'm going to kind of mess you up here. The other type of folks are those who focus on goals. And I know, look, everybody, you've probably been taught that goals are extremely important, that you need to have goals, you need to have established goals. And goals are important when used appropriately. Because the reality is this, when you just focus on goals, you're essentially doing this, right? So if you cup your hand like this, yes, you're focused on this one thing in the distant future. You're just super laser focused on this one thing. And oftentimes what I see with even successful entrepreneurs that I work with, they achieve that goal only to say, wow, I feel empty, right? Maybe somebody convinced you that $1 million was the goal. And so that's what you did. You said, I'm going to make $1 million. You achieved the $1 million and realized there was actually something that was more important to you. Like what the feeling of dedicating years of your life to accomplishing something that actually didn't matter to you. So that's the challenge when you focus on goals. So what do you need to do? How do you actually get around this? Vision. Focus on a vision. Make that a 3-year vision is what you're focusing on. You don't want to do more than 3 years because it's too long. You don't want to do shorter than 3 years because it's too short, right? You don't have time to adjust. 3 years is the sweet spot. 3-year vision, but your vision, where the goal focuses on one small piece, the vision, you're painting the picture of what your life is going to look like. You're painting the picture of what your business, what's your life, if you're married, if you're kids, if you know what kind of awards you received, you're everything. It's all encompassing. And then from that vision, you backwards plan your goals. Okay, by this point, I need to accomplish this. By this point, I need to accomplish this. By this point, I need to accomplish this in order to attain this, in order to attain this, in order to attain this. So it's all encompassing. And for those of you, I can share with you what my 3-year vision is. If you comment, in the chat, just comment your email address. And for everybody that wants my 3-year vision, I'll be more than happy to share with you. When you see how in depth I've painted this future, you'll see, you're going to understand why and how this is important. Yeah, I see some of the chats. Absolutely. I'll get that out to you. Just comment, put your emails in the chat, and I'll get you guys my 3-year vision. Mine is a little more artistic, and there's no right or wrong way to do this other than ensuring that you get all the information that you need in there. I took more of an artistic approach. That's just my style. You can literally do this on pen and pad. Mine is actually it's 20 some odd pages. My vision is 20 some odd pages long, and so um, I I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and I'd love your feedback, right? So I'll get that out to you. I see all the emails coming in. Thank you very much, Tiffany, Michael, Carlos. I see you all. I'm going to get that out to you all. And Alexa, actually, question. So we'll be able to see these emails?
I have all their emails already,
Rock
so
on.
I can send you just the name. We'll talk after. I
Rock
got
on.
you.
Rock on. Thank you, Alexa.
I have one question in the Q&A.
Sure.
It's something that I hear all the time, actually, but I would love
Okay.
to throw it in here while we're
Yeah.
here. I have Darius asking, what problems do real estate professionals face today, and how do they differ from the problems they had 5 to 10 years ago? I have a couple thoughts.
Please.
Pretty much, I know for a fact that people calling me think that they're getting it now, but like you can't do it alone. You need a
Mm,
team.
yeah.
And also um, problems that people didn't have 5, 10 years ago was the amount of different softwares, tools, resources. Now it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
And the main problem is, Darius, that I'm seeing is the lack of knowledge on the products that are available. And that's what holds people back. They either get overwhelmed with the amount of information that you have to learn with the learning curve. You don't have to know everything to get started. You don't have to be an expert in anything actually to get started. But thankfully, you're on this webinar and thankfully you came to the right place because we will help and encourage you to, do what you need to do to not, have the problems that you're facing or, looking to hopefully not face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that was
And if I
my
could,
main things.
oh yeah, if I could just add to that, even relating it to, I'm telling you these three, the VIP strategy. If you apply the VIP strategy to anything, real estate, business, it's going to help you identify solutions for those challenges. So as Alexa was saying, like there's a plethora of tools. You go on YouTube and there's a plethora of people talking real estate, giving real estate advice, and it's like, well, okay, who do I listen to, right? If you
Exactly.
have a vision, you know exactly what you want, then it becomes easier, right? Because now it's going to help. What I see with real estate, even real estate realtors, real estate investors, they have no vision, they have no plan. I
Hmm.
want to be a real estate investor. I want to be a realtor.
Hmm.
Okay. And
I
then they
know.
just jump in. Now, I commend you for jumping in. Like that's the hardest part is actually getting started. So
Yeah.
I commend you for jumping in. But let's think about this. Let's establish a plan. Let's establish a vision, right? Let's do these things to give you that solid foundation so that you know that, well, there's many different strategies in real estate. So, but I favor wholesaling, or I favor fix and flip, or I favor Airbnb short sell. Or you don't know that, and so maybe you play around. I'm going to play around with these three ideas. So if you just establish that vision of what you want, it makes everything so much easier. And that's something that I see a lot. Actually, a large percentage of people who get involved with real estate, they actually never actually accomplish any deals. Large percentage. I mean, it's staggering high. They
Preach.
all wash out because they have this unrealistic expectation of what it is, and then when the reality happens, they have no vision and they fell out. And so hopefully that answers your question. And Alexa, you said there's
And
one more?
absolutely not to discourage at all. Like this is just to,
Correct.
just give some insight. So thank you so much for that question. All right. I'm not Kenton, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Yep, I know who you're talking about. Um, I'll just send me an email if you don't mind about that. I think I know who you're talking about, but it's maybe probably somebody on the website. I think he's referring to a vendor partner there, so we can get back to that. What else we have?
Okay.
All right, and that's it for right now. So you guys, please keep putting your questions in the Q&A box in the Zoom.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, here's the last piece that you guys need to learn. The challenge that I see that this actually is the hardest question that I ask people. And it seems so simple on the surface. This question alone, I have seen more grown men cry over when I ask them this question in hypnosis, in my coaching program, even in Next Mill Mastermind. This one question is universally the hardest question for people to answer. People don't people don't know, like, what do you actually want? And I'm going to take this a step back. So actually, part of vision, what do you actually want? Well, actually, this is under identity. This is under identity. So what do you actually want? Like this question, I promise you, I've seen more grown men cry over answering this and having the most difficulty in asking this question. People just literally, I've they 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 have brain aneurysms because it's like nobody's ever asked them that question. Not what society has told you to want, not what your parents have told you what to want, not what some guy on the internet on a Zoom call has told you what you want. No, what do you actually want? And when you can answer that question authentically, your whole life is going to change. Not something that somebody told you was important. I was an engineer. I thought it was the right thing to do, but it wasn't my passion. And so I spent 18 years of my life. I made tons of money, traveled the world, and yet I was not happy. And so I'll share with you, since a lot of you folks are real estate, involved with real estate, I'll share with you my first deal. It took 60 years to live my dream, but by then it was too late. You see what I got on here on this next slide. So we're sitting in, my wife and I actually, we got into real estate investing. And so remember how I was telling you how people get started in real estate and they lack that vision? Well, that was me. That was me and my wife. We literally just said, oh, well, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, get involved in real estate. That's what I'm going to do. And so we were sitting in his trailer home. It was our first deal. We had the contract there. Only it was a little different this time. The vibe was all off, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was strange because we've literally been talking for 7 months. I would call on uh, randomly throughout the week to see how he was doing, if there was anything I could do for him. Literally, man, I thought we had a great relationship. And so the anger in his eyes, I was confused about. And he says, I want more money. And I'm like, what do you mean? This is what we agreed upon. This is the contract that I brought. Why? What's going on? I want more money. That's all he kept repeating. And I'm just like, okay, oh my gosh. I said, I tell you what, give me 1 second. I'm going to talk with my partner and I'll see what we can do. Now, mind you, with this deal, the margins were already tight. They're extremely tight. I mean, we were making a few grand at best. And so I walk out fuming. Like you could see the steam fuming from my ears as I walk outside. Phone to my ear. I call Anish. Anish. He says he wants more money. Look, I'm willing to walk out of here right now. I don't want to give him not even 1 penny more. I'm ready to go. Anish says, whoa, hold up, Sean. Let me walk you back from this ledge. What does he want? And I tell him, well, he wants this. And he says, well, we'll give it to him, right? 100% of nothing, well, what? 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. I was still making money. And so I walked back in, gritting my teeth, and I say, okay, you have yourself a deal. And as I get up, he signs the contract, and as I get up, I stop at the door and turn around and say, well, why did you want extra money? And he says, mind you, he's 60 years old at this time. He says, I've always wanted to open a dirty magazine store. At that point, I dropped my head laughing. I'm like, okay, I can't even be mad at this guy, right? You're maybe a few years too late for that, but look, man, it's your world, it's your money. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? But the lesson I learned there was that he had lived an entire life doing and being something that he actually didn't want to do. He just wanted to own a dirty magazine store. That was it. That's what he wanted. But he waited 60 years to actually do what he wanted to do. And by then, dirty magazine stores they're a thing of the past now. Right? So people don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You've been convinced again by your parents, by your society, and I'm not against society. I'm not against parents. I'm not saying parents did a bad job. What I'm saying is you've probably lived your whole life people pleasing. Somebody convinced you something was right. Being an engineer, being a doctor, when all you wanted to do was be a ballerina or sing or dance or whatever the case may be. Maybe you were an athlete, but you always wanted to be an engineer. So you've lived your whole life doing and being something that you weren't. And then you wonder why you always had to light that fire under your ass. You always needed motivation. You needed somebody to hold you accountable, to motivate you. You always needed these things. Well, no wonder you needed those things when you were doing something you actually didn't want to do. Because when you're true to yourself and you're doing the things that actually matter to you, that fire is always lit. When you go to sleep, you're thinking about it. You're dreaming about it. When you wake up, it's the first thing on your mind. When you're working on the weekends, you're not working. It's what you actually enjoy doing. This is fun. So I ask you guys on this chat, and for those of you who want to share, what do you actually want? Not what I have convinced you you want, not what some coach or mentor, not what society, not what your parents told you. What do you actually want? Let me see that in the chat. What do you want? I'm asking this question directly to you. And in this moment, you can be as authentic as possible. Nobody judges you. What do you want? Now, what I will say is, some people, I'm not saying to go quit your job right now at this moment and jump into something that you've always wanted to do. I'm not saying that at all. There's actually a strategy to this. And it was actually my mentor, King Cato, who taught me this strategy. And let's see if I could write here. So we'll see if you guys can see this. You can see this triangle here. Can you guys see that triangle? So I can see thumbs up there. Okay. So this is a dollar sign at the bottom. This is P for passion, and this is W for wealth. Now, the reality is, regardless where you are in your life, we have bills to pay. There are things we need to pay. You have a family, you have kids. Well, whatever the scenario is, there are things that you have to pay for: a car, a house, food. So, look, you need to do something that gets those bills paid. That job, right, or that business may not be your passion, but it's the thing that gets your bills paid. And with the proper vision, you can take that into account until you're able to do P for passion, until you're able to make the passion, your passion, the thing that also pays the bills. Now, the beauty is your passion can also be the thing that pays the bills. The thing that pays the bills can be the passion. Wealth. This is real estate. This is the thing that you're going to be able to pass down to your children. This is the thing that's going to make money while you sleep. Now, that at this moment may not be the thing that pays the bills, but with a proper vision, you can plan that in. So the whole idea is, when you figure out what you authentically want to do, you develop a plan to accomplish it based upon where you currently are. It's what I did when I quit my job in 2023 as an engineer of 18 years. I was making a very nice six-figure salary, almost mid, I won't even go into that, but I was making very good money, and I was able to walk away from that job because I had planned. I had put enough money away. I had invested in both of these areas. So the idea is, let's develop a plan that helps you get to where your passion is now the thing that pays your bills. And all the while, you're also doing things that are helping you, you're investing that will build your wealth for the future. And so this is how you're able to move to authentically what you want to do. So I want to be clear, do not quit your job today without a solid plan of how to do so. And if you follow this strategy, you're true to who you are, you develop a vision, and you you get your mindset right, you talk positively to yourself, you're going to be able to accomplish this. And I see a few things in the chat here. Went to school through mod for hotel, but went through mod training. Got to work in kitchen, and the chef said I was a kid in a candy store. Personal chef or food truck operator. Wow, I love that. Financial security, peace of mind, and the means to live life on my terms. I love that. I love that. So you see, this isn't just pie in the sky uh, thinking, right? This isn't just a pie in the sky type of thing. No, this is an actual strategy to get what you actually want out of life. But in order to do that, you have to start with the VIP, with this, with what I've shared with you here. The VIP strategy, vision. Focus on a vision, not goals. And if you're flying by the seat of your pants, stop. Stop, take a step back, and figure out what you actually want. Identity. Figure out who you are. A thing I forgot to mention with identity. So, and this actually leads to how you talk to yourself. So, how many of you struggle? Let me ask it this way. How many of you are dreamers? Like it's easy for you to come up with ideas. Like you have ideas for days. But then when it comes to actually implementing those ideas, you kind of just fall apart. Oh, I see that. I see some hands. How about this? How many of you, well, you're not really ideas people. But if somebody hands you a plan, they hand you the vision, you're able to get you can make it happen, right? You're the doer. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to do and I'm going to make this happen. And Alexa, she alluded to something that was very important earlier. So this is one of the things that I see, it messes people up a lot. You're the dreamer or you're the doer. Think of Apple. How many of you are familiar with both Steves, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak? Let me ask this question. How many of you are familiar with Steve Wozniak? Let me see the chat. Not many people are. Not a lot of people are familiar with Steve Wozniak. Most people are familiar with Steve Jobs. So here's the thing. Steve Jobs was the visionary. Steve Wozniak, he was the guy that figured out how to turn Steve Jobs' visions into reality. There is no Apple without Steve Jobs, and there is no Apple without Steve Wozniak. So here's what I see people do. They're the visionary type, and so they start trying to put things together, start doing things, and they're like, I can't figure it out. And then they say, oh, well, it just wasn't meant to be. I suck at this. I'm no good. Like, here's where all that negative input starts coming in. They start beating themselves up because they weren't able to put into practice what they had envisioned. Or the opposite. You're floating around, man, I wish somebody would just give me an opportunity. I can do stuff, but I have no vision of my own. I just lack vision. I'm not good enough, or just a number of other negative things, when the reality is you were being inauthentic to yourself. If you're a visionary, hire a doer. If you're a doer, hire or partner with a visionary. This is where work with your strengths and your weaknesses, and be good and comfortable with what you are. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're just living inauthentically to yourself. And so once you identify the type of person you are, we use the predictive index here in Next Mill Mastermind. I use the DISC assessment. I use also archetypes. There's also another study called Kobe. Like, there's a number of these assessments that help to measure who you are, what comes naturally and authentic to you. And take these tests. I challenge you. We actually offer, I think it's just for Next Mill Mastermind members, but Francisco opened it up for a few hours to people who attended our event on Saturday. Take the predictive index. And when you figure out what your strengths are, play into that. Lean into your strengths. And when you identify the things that don't come as easily for you, hire, outsource, partner those tasks. Move those things away. You're not broken. Just find the people that complement you. You don't want somebody who's just like you. Find the people that complement you. So that's identity. Be comfortable with who you are. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just not living authentically to who you are. And then you have to be your number one fan. You have to be your number one fan. If you're not your number one fan, nobody else is going to be. Mike Tyson's story is one that reminds me, just the whole process that he goes into. I mean, he's a whole different person. I'm not cool with the eating baby stuff. I'm not saying get to that point, but like just the confidence, the undeniable confidence that he has as he walks into that ring, like he's his number one fan. You need to be on that level. You need to be on Beyonce, standing in front of 270,000 people of fans in London. Like that confidence that you're just going to go out there and slay that performance. Like that's the positivity that you need. That's the belief in yourself that you need to have. You need to be undeniable at what you do. And I see a few comments. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Mentors help too, as long as you're being authentic to who you are. Because even mentors and coaches can lead you astray. They have a way that they've done things, and there's nothing wrong with that. They have a way that they've done things that's worked really well for them. That may not translate to you. So having the right mentor and understanding that there's things that you actually want to do and being true to that, that's where the magic happens. But if you find a mentor that's not in sync with who you are and what you want, that's a recipe for disaster. But I absolutely agree. Mentors and coaches are super, super important. My life changed when I hired my business coach, when I found a mentor, and when I joined a mastermind. Like those three things changed my life forever. I mean, I went from homeless and poor as a kid to $500,000. $500,000 in a year simply by having a business coach, having a mentor, and joining a mastermind. Those three things opened my mind to a whole new world of possibilities, but we had to be in sync. Right. So how can you, I see a question here. How can you establish, so I'm going to do a few questions before I finish this presentation. I see from Darius, how can you establish a clear vision when everything is changing very fast? So that's the importance of the 3-year vision. That's the importance of the 3-year vision. If you focus on a 1 year, it's just too short. It's just too short. 3 years, well, that's enough. I use this analogy: be stiff as bamboo. Do you know how bamboo, it's extremely strong and yet it's giving? But despite how much it gives, it still follows a path. And so that's the same with your goals. Once you establish your vision, or with your vision, you establish the end result of what you want, but you're fluid to an extent of how you get there. Things can change in between, just not the end point, the end vision. That was something that, as long as that end vision was authentic to you and what you wanted, right? That's the key thing here. So be stiff as bamboo is what I say. And then once you accomplish the 3-year vision, you refresh another 3 years of what you want, right? So if it's changing, what's happening in the market and in the industry, that means you have it, and it changes drastically enough to where now your vision is not accurate, doesn't apply. You either didn't do your research, you weren't true to yourself. Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing there. Yes, Aisha, I love that. Aisha, I see you. If you don't have the confidence, Courage is an amazing supplement, right? You don't have to be confident, you have to be courageous. In my opinion, my definition of confidence, confidence is nothing more than a series of courageous acts that led to the confidence or the ability to be super good at that thing that you were doing. Like that's my definition of confidence. Just a series of courageous acts that led to a proficiency in the thing that you are doing. Thank you, Aisha. I love that. Yes, absolutely, Alexa. Stay in alignment with morals and values. I see you. I see you, Aisha. Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate that. Um, so yeah, so look, and I truly believe in you guys. Aisha, you're so awesome. I gotta say that. Aisha, you're amazing. I love how um, you're just so charismatic. How you just get in front, you can get in front of an audience and just uh, uh, do your thing. Like it just comes so naturally. Even though I know it's been years of practice, it's been years of you effort and honing in on what you're working on. So I just want to shout you out for that. You're amazing. Now, what are our members saying? Um, I'm not going to play this video. But I'll just share a story. Michael Ruiz, Aisha's focused, she is. So I'll share this video. So Michael Ruiz came to us. He's been in the industry, actually real estate, longer than most people. Than I think all of well, maybe not Jim, but he's been in the industry for a long time. And actually, Alexa, if I play this video, will the audio be able to play as well?
I hope so. It
Yeah,
plays
like if I
out loud. I hope.
if I share, what if I share my screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll share my screen.
Yes. And you guys, sorry. Hey guys, I'm gonna drop our social media in the chat. We have a private Facebook group. If you guys can go request to join right now, I appreciate that. I also have Instagram. We're also obviously have a Facebook. Those
And
in the
can you see
chat.
can you see that, Alexa?
Yes, it's here. Sorry, we're here. We're ready.
Can you hear it?
Nope, no sound. I don't know if you pressed the share sound button when you press the share
Good.
button.
That is a good point.
And then if you haven't entered the raffle, guys, go enter the raffle right now. All you need to do is text the word million to 954-250-67. And Angela, I'm gonna get the replay. Uh, actually, Angela, send me an email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat for you to email me. Then I'll send you what you want.
All right. Let me know if you can see that.
Yes, we're here.
Awesome. All right. Let's
You
see if I can get
guys
this going.
love that.
All right. New technology. We're always on the bleeding edge here.
Well, that's what I love about what we do. We're always learning. Oh man, I only see like I see like your black screen with the Zoom menu at the top.
Mm. Okay. Well, these are some of the challenges. Let me see here. Get that back up.
Sorry, my friend.
No, it's all good. This
Thank
is
you, Monty. Appreciate you in the chat as well. And if you guys have questions for Sean, we
Hi,
only
my name is Michael Ruiz, and
Can you
I
hear
am
that?
with the Robin Hoods of Real Estate. And before I joined the Next Mill Master
Aisha, do you hear or I'm sorry, Alexa, do you hear that?
Yes, sorry, that's why I muted myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll let that play.
Mastermind,
Oh,
I
my bad.
was,
No worries.
I don't know, I was very confused. If you're like me, I've been in the real estate business for over 40 years, and believe it or not, you would think that after 40 years, I knew what the heck I was doing. Well, no, not everybody does. And it's just got to the point where I needed some direction. So ever since I joined this group of mastermind experts, people that I have been admiring for decades, I am just in shock and honored to be here with the people that have been in the trenches doing everything that we've been wanting to do. These guys know exactly what to do. These guys have been doing it forever and ever. Now, one thing is important that I learned, and I had to come in here with a humble heart and put my ego aside and forget the fact that I've been doing this probably longer than they have, because they have a lot more success than I have. So you learn from people that have the success and people that are doing it. So don't waste time, don't hesitate anymore. Just stop fighting, stop beating yourself up, stop thinking about it so much. Stop thinking, should I or should I not? I'm telling you, you found your home. My hot seat was sizzling. My hot seat was really good, and I came prepared, so I hope that you come prepared with your hot seat and your questions and your thoughts and your challenges, because that's exactly what I did. If you're anything like me, you have so many opportunities, or maybe you have none. And these guys, out of nothing, they can either help you visualize and see where you can find the opportunities, or if you are like me, probably, that you had too many opportunities and you're just all over the place, and you have the shiny object syndrome, or it's not just that they're just shiny, you just have a lot of opportunities. These guys were able to help me without a shadow of a doubt, laser focus, quickly tell me, you're wasting your time with that, and you shine on that, and that's where you have to be, and this is what you have to build. I mean, what can I say? You need that. You need to come on that mastermind, you need to come to that hot seat, and let them tell you exactly what you need to do. Because they're doing it because they want what's best for you. Literally, you need to come to the next mastermind, Next Mill Mastermind right away. You really do. Come, check it out, and you're gonna see the quality of people. And if you see me, come and say hello. Say, hey, Robin Hood. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Cool. And, are you guys next? This is our second, this was our second annual event. It was the most amazing. I mean, just everybody, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're family. Like, we're not just a bunch of folks that get together. No, we literally enjoy each other's presence. We know each other, the names of each other's kids. We know the struggles that we're each going through, and we're all there for each other. Like, this is probably the most, I love this about this mastermind. It's amazing. We're family. We're family. Now, here's what you're going to get when you join Next Mill Mastermind. You're going to get the clarity in your business that you need. If you were at the event on Saturday, I shared a story of how Bob the roofer, who wanted to give up on his $1 million a year business. He enjoyed the work. It just wasn't sexy enough for him. With just some clarity, some coaching, some presenting new ideas for his business, he's now looking at up to $20 million in revenue. Y'all clap in the chat. I need to see that, right? One thing you're going to hear me say, celebrate every win. Pat yourself on the back. So you're going to get clarity in your business. You're going to get the permission to let go. We're all about, yes, money is very important. We love money, but there are other things that mean more. And that's our whole life strategy. We gave a whole presentation that on Saturday. It's all about, how do I make as much money while working the least amount so that I can actually do the things that I enjoy, hanging with family and traveling. So you're going to get the permission to let go. You're going to get accountability. You've heard how a lot of folks in our group, and it's all of us. We're human, right? There are times where we come up short. It's nice to have that person that holds you accountable when you need it. You're going to get mentorship. You don't only get one expert, you get 5 experts across a vast range of industries: marketing, business development, and mindset. That's my contribution. You get tech. Francisco, the way he can see data, visualize data, and then just pull information, actionable information out of that, it's beautiful. It's what helped Ali with his car flipping business. It's what helped Bob the Roofer now jump from $1 million to 20 million in revenue. And it's a place where you are no longer lonely. You're no longer a lonely entrepreneur. We all know as entrepreneurs how lonely this business can be, especially when you don't know what you don't know. People who have jobs, they don't understand the pressures that you're facing as an entrepreneur when the revenue it's not coming in consistently. You get lump sums here, lump sum there, or maybe you've been in a bit of a drought for a while. Like, they don't understand that pressure, and it can get lonely. So you're with a group of people who understand that pressure, who can then be there to help and support you through these challenges. Now, what you get inside the mastermind, you get 2 3-day masterminds, in-person masterminds. We do 2 3-day events. The first one this year is in March, and then the second one is in September. So you need to get on board, especially if you want to catch the March event. And those are the big events. That's where the hot seat, you're sitting there in the hot seat in front of your fellow members, in front of the Fab Five, as we call ourselves. Like, those are the events that you're coming out transformed after that event. You get 12 monthly group calls. We do monthly group calls every first Tuesday of the month. And these are mini hot seats, right? This is where that accountability comes in. Well, here's what you said you wanted to accomplish. Where are you at? And congratulations for accomplishing that, or why have you not accomplished that? You get daily community support. So you get access to our Facebook group where the whole community resides. And then you get unlimited access to the Fab Five. I mean, Anand is a member of ours, and he calls me, and he always leads with, "Hey, Sean, I'm sorry to bother you." And I always correct him. I'm like, "Dude, like, you're not bothering me. This is literally, I'm living my dream life. Like, this is literally what I signed up for. This is my calling in life. When I tell you guys about living authentically, I am living it. I love what I do." You get unlimited access to the Fab Five. Call, text, chat, email, and let's talk to the challenges that you're facing. So you get access to the Next Mill Mastermind and Life Strategy. That's a $100,000 value. You get access to the Information Requirement Analysis. That's a $7,500 value. The NMM Elite Private Facebook Group Community with your group of fellow community members who are highly engaged, high-speed entrepreneurs who all understand what you're going through. So you get access to that. That's a $6,000 value. You get the partner system, which is a $4,000 value that includes the lead generation system and the tax deed success workshop. You get access to the 2-day quick start for real estate. So for those of you who have wanted to get involved in real estate but just don't have the knowledge, well, guess what? We got that covered. You're going to do an intense 2-day quick start for real estate investors. It's amazing. I went through it many years ago when I first got involved in real estate. Extremely powerful when you're out there in the field watching people actually doing what you want to do. You get online marketing success review. So I'll look at your online presence, your website, your social media. And if you don't have those, that's not a big deal, because I'll then recommend what you need to do. But I'll review that, and then I'll give you an analysis of what I think needs to happen in order for you to start seeing success. That's a $500 value. Membership benefits, $295 value for a total of $119,490 in total value. That's what you're getting from Next Mill Mastermind. This is powerful stuff. We have a better than money back guarantee. Like, why try something and then give up? We have a better than money back guarantee. You have unlimited access to the Fab Five via text and email until you tell us you have received the value that you expected to from the Next Mill Mastermind. So we are dedicated to your success. We are dedicated to ensuring that you achieve what you intended to achieve. We're going to work with you until you tell us, yeah, I got it. I got it. Some of our mastermind members, they actually just continuously, they just stay, they renew, and you're locked in at the rate that you joined on. Now, as I shared earlier, we at Next Mo Mastermind, we like to reward people who take action. If you saw my presentation this past Saturday, I shared a quote: knowledge is power. And the reality is that quote is actually attributed to Sir Francis Bacon. He was a philosopher in the 16th to 17th century. And that quote was actually taken out of context, because what he was actually saying is knowledge plus action equals power. So you're taking this information, but what are you going to do with it? And so we like to reward people who take action, because the power is actually in the action, in the combination of the knowledge you've learned and then the action applied after you've gained that knowledge, and that's where the power is. So for those who take advantage today, you get 2 tickets to Turning Point, and this was the event that actually changed Anish's and my life and the way we conducted business. Super powerful. They do this in San Diego and Vegas, Las Vegas. It's about once or twice a month they do this. So you get 2 tickets to that, $6,000 value. You get a 30-minute success accelerator coaching call. So that means you're going to get on a call with one of the Fab Five, and we're going to help you get started immediately. Okay, well, let's do this mini hot seat. Let's identify what your goals are, and then let's start plugging you up with people that we know in the industry, in the network or in the industry, so that we can start getting you, so that you can start immediately. No waiting. Let's take action. $1,000 value. You get this. You get every Next Mill Mastermind member, they get 1 free self-hypnosis mental block obliterator. I am a certified business hypnotist. I am working and studying to become NLP certified. Like, my whole thing is mindset. The mind is a powerful thing when you apply it correctly. And so with this session, there's a bunch of our Next Mill Mastermind members who have already taken advantage of this. Aisha, we're going to be reaching out to you to get you scheduled. But like, we have overcome tremendous things in these sessions. This drives me. Like, this really drives me, seeing just the world of possibilities open up for people once they've let go of these limiting beliefs, these things that are holding themselves back. So you get 1 self-hypnosis mental block obliterator. That is a $1,000 value. This is for those who decide to act today, for a total of $7,990 in total value. Actually, let me stop sharing this. All right. Now, your investment is $20,000. But there's a dramatic reduction if you invest or if you act now. Again, we reward people for taking action. So if you act now, you're not going to pay $20,000. And actually, let me share this. So what are people saying? This is Michael. I think it's important that we share his story. Very powerful. He came to us. He was making $40 million a year as a realtor, but he came to us saying, "Man, I'm stressed out. I don't get to live. I'm not living my life." And with a few tweaks and with some guidance from Next Mill Mastermind, I mean, this guy's traveling like every month now. He's traveling to like Brazil, not small trips. He's traveling to Brazil. He got married while still making the money that he needs to make. It's a beautiful story. So it's cool to see where he was when he first came to us.
Hi, my name's Mike Johnston with Johnston Home Team. And before I joined the Next Millionaire Mastermind, I had my businesses compartmentalized in many different areas. Since joining, I've been able to take those businesses and streamline them and put them in a future course of where I can actually take action and make them work much more efficiently. So part of the experience was doing the hot seat, which, you know, we all get a little bit nervous about. It's basically just taking everything that you have, talking about it, personal and business, and then getting feedback, which we're all afraid of, but sometimes it's necessary. And in this case, it was great for me. It really helped me align what my next steps are and what directions are to go to be able to turn what my ultimate goal is into residual income, and just put me on a path that's a lot more direction. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the next several meetings in the future. So thank you guys, thank you for the Fab Five, thank you for the next Millionaire Mastermind experience.
Yeah, beautiful words from Michael.
Hi, my name's Mike Johnston.
So here's what you're getting. You're getting access to the Next Mill Mastermind and the Life Strategy, $100,000 value, information requirement analysis, the NMM Elite private Facebook group community, partner system, lead generation, 2-day real estate quick start, online marketing review, partner system tax deed workshop, membership benefits, 30-minute success accelerator coaching call, 2 tickets to Turning Point, custom recorded self-hypnosis roadblock obliterator, for a total value of $127,390 in value. And for those of you who act today, you're getting that for the low price of actually $15,000. $15,000 is the investment. Like, if all this program did was help you get the clarity in your life and in your business that you needed, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? If all this did was help you identify your $20 million idea, would it be worth it? Let me get a show of hands. Let's go. So if all this did, I don't know if some of you this Saturday saw Cynthia speak, 4 months, she said, hey, I want to have my own program, my own real estate program. In 4 months, she had a real estate program and she was standing in front of you all pitching her new business. Now, if all the Next Mill Mastermind did was help you do that, help you get your business idea out and on the road, would it be worth it? It absolutely would. $15,000 is a steal, and it's something that we're doing for early adopters as we move our way up to 20,000, right? We reward people who take action and take action now. This is a beautiful program. We are passionate about what we do, and we are excited to work with each and every one of you. Please scan the QR code here and register and apply. Look, it costs you nothing to apply, but it will, and what it does is it locks in your $15,000 rate, but it's a two interview process. We don't let any and everybody in. We only let the people that really match our culture, that fit our culture, that's good for the community. Those are the only people that we allow in. If you pass both interviews, then you're in. So it costs you nothing right now to apply. Simply apply. Ask any questions you may have. We interview you, and you lock in your rate. That's what you want to do. It's going up, folks. The price is going up. We started at $5,000 for our early adopters. We increased it to $10,000 for the second group. And now for this third group, we're at 15. As we are making our way back up to 20,000, we're rewarding early adopters. So if you want to get in at the introductory rate, you need to get in now. Lock in the rate. Apply. If you apply, you lock in your rate. Any questions? Alexa.
And please, everybody go apply, because if you do win the to apply, please. So go application will get you guys a call with one of the founders. So you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to do that. So, but
We,
yeah, you
yeah,
guys,
we had four people apply. Actually, I think it was five or six. I think it was actually from our event this Saturday. We've already held some of the interviews, and they look like look solid candidates. I'm excited to see you all get on.
yes. Thank you guys so much. And also go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I linked it in the chat for you guys. Um, Darius, I responded to you. Please email us at info@nextmillmastermind.com. And then I have a winner. Hold on one moment.
Let's
Probably should have
go.
gotten this ready. Sorry to keep it on
Drum roll, please.
last minute, but thank you to our winner, Michael C. Congratulations.
Let's go, Michael.
So please go apply, Michael, so that we can lock that price in for you and also get you that discount as well. So congrats, Mike C.
Let's go. And thank you, Jorge. I see you, man. Thank you for your positivity and your good vibes and energy. I really appreciate that. Aisha, same to you. And everybody else that engaged in the chat. Remember, knowledge is not power, it's action. Knowledge plus action is power. So those of you making it a point to comment in the chat, to interact, like that's doing something for you. That's actually helping you to learn more. So I congratulate all of you. Thank you for the positive energy and vibes.
Absolutely. That input is huge, you guys. So thank you guys so much for sticking on past 12:30. I appreciate you guys so much. I put the links in the chat for you guys, but I will just go ahead and send everyone a thank you email from info@nextmillmastermind.com. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to the team there. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We want to see you back here on Zoom 11 a.m. Monday morning. That's crazy. I know Monday. What are we thinking? But I don't care, guys. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. We are working with our schedule. We have to do what we have to do. So if you can make it, we'd love to have you. Please join us Monday at 11 a.m. with Francisco Mago. Please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the replay with somebody who needs to hear it, who needs this positive, affirmations and all of these reminders, because it's like we know this stuff, guys, but we have to keep it in the front of the brain. We cannot let it get to the back because that's not going to help us in our businesses at all. So please go subscribe, like, share the replay. It'll be posted in 24 hours. So bear with me, guys. But go subscribe right now so that you get a notification once the replay is posted. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, Sean, again, for taking the time. Everybody, go apply right now. Go scan the QR code. Link is also in the chat. And look out for my thank you email. It'll be coming from info@nextmillmastermind.com. And have
Oh, one more thing. I'll get my my 3-year vision out to everybody who put their emails in. So I didn't
Thank you
forget you all.
guys so much. I will send Sean the entire chat history so we make sure we do not miss any of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you guys asking the questions and being with us today. So yes, thank you guys and have a great rest of your day. I will see hopefully some of you guys. I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of you guys tonight at the BPM RIA networking event.
Oh,
So
nice.
hope to see you guys later. Please be safe on the roads. The world is not ending. It's gonna be okay, everybody. Like it's just a little weird weather, all right? Like we can do this. We're not iguanas. We're resilient. We are strong. Again, in the front of the brain, resilient, strong. We got this. Like, okay, love you guys. Have a great day and see you tonight at Funky Buddha.
Awesome. Bye
Bye.
bye.